What's good, YouTube? We back, and this video is gonna be a little bit different. I know y'all used to seeing my Shinobi Striker content, but with so many anime games coming up on the horizon, I just thought I'd update y'all on some games that are coming out and some things to keep your mind on. So if this is something you might be interested in, stay tuned in the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if this is your first time here. Welcome to the channel, and let's go ahead and hop straight into this video. So with things like Dragon Ball The Breakers and also the My Hero Ultra Rumble game that's coming out, anime games are definitely changing the way that that they're kind of like they're getting away from their arena fighter and just giving you the same cookie cutter things that they've been doing. So first part of the video, let's go ahead and just knock the mobile games out of the way that are coming up with the anime games. The first one is one that's going to be coming out very soon, which is going to be Black Clover Mobile. And what we know about this game, it follows the Black Clover story a little bit, and it's also going to be semi-open world, but not fully open world. It's going to be turn-based combat, and it's already out in Japan now, but the worldwide release is coming at the end of July, and it's going to be on mobile. Another mobile game we're getting for another popular shonen anime is going to be Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade. Now this one is going to be turn-based. Apparently it was supposed to be the end of 2023, but we're not really knowing when this one is fully releasing. Release date is kind of unknown with this one. The next one is going to be Solo Leveling Arise, and this one is going to be based off one of the popular webtoons from Korea, Solo Leveling. And what this one is, it's going to be a mobile game, and it's going to be an action fighting game. Seeing some of the trailers, some of the animation and things look pretty nice with it. You don't really know, it doesn't look like it's going to be turn-based. Looks like it might just be one of those, open RPG fighting style type of games. We move over to the next game. It's going to be Hitori No Shita. Now this one is actually, this game is based off of an anime that I haven't watched. I believe this is an original Chinese anime. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. This one, the trailer looked very nice, and it looked like it had like a little bit of a dark, creepy feel to it, but some of the fighting and the animation that you saw in this trailer was pretty crazy with this one. And it's like I said, it's visually stunning, and like I said, we don't really know too much about how the combat and stuff's going to be with this one either. The next one is Wuthering Waves. Now, I watched the trailer of this one. This one had an interesting trailer as well. It's going to be coming out on the PC, iOS, and console. They had an open beta. There's no confirmed release date, but this one is going to have an open world RPG action type thing, something similar to like Genshin Impact. So it's going to be open world RPG, which is pretty interesting. So if you're into mobile games, take a look at some of those that I just named. Now we get to the section that I'm sure a lot of y'all boys have been looking forward to and waiting for, and I just picked up a PlayStation so I can actually be able to play some of these games also. But now we're going to get to the console games. So one of the first games is going to be one that's highly anticipated, which is going to be Seven Deadly Sins Origin. I personally have not watched Seven Deadly Sins, but plan on trying to pick this one up before the game comes out. And this one looks like it's going to be somewhat of a similar open world RPG. You're going to be able to switch between some of the characters from the show and also a unique custom character. It's going to be a unique story, and this is going to be coming out on PC, Android, iOS, and console. So this game's going to be hitting all of them, but the way things have been looking with you swimming in the water and creating bridges using the magic, this is very interesting, and I kind of wish they would have took this route with the Black Clover game, but we won't talk about that. So we move over to the next one. It's going to be one that I mentioned before, My Hero Ultra Rumble. This one recently had an open beta, again, the second one that I didn't get to participate in, and they added some new characters like Ida and things like that, but this game is very much going to be innovative because it's going to be an open world, well, not open world, battle royale type anime type game, something similar to like Fortnite and things like that. And they've already had some characters confirmed. Each character is going to have their own unique abilities, and it's going to be pretty interesting to see how this game actually ends up playing through. We're curious if they're going to be different skins for some of the characters and things like that. It'd be pretty cool if you can get like the Dark Deku skin for Deku and things like that. So there's no official release date and no worldwide release date yet, but there's been 2 open betas, and like I said, you're going to be able to play as popular My Hero characters, and I mean, what else can you do? What else can you argue about with that? So keep this on your radar. A game that's coming out very soon, also I believe it comes out in October if I'm not mistaken, is going to be Sword Art Online Last Recollection. They recently just released the last trailer for it basically. This game is going to be a unique story as well. It's going to have some aspects following the war on the underworld, but you're also going to be able to play as Kirito, and you're going to be able to edit the character and also, change the way that he looks. It's going to follow the similar story that they've had with the other Sword Art Online games with the fighting style, RPG aspect. You're going to get pre-order bonuses and things like that. and it's going to be October 5th release date, and it's going to be coming out on the PS5, PS4, Xbox One, and the Series, and the PC. So this is going to be pretty interesting. If you're a Sword Art Online fan, this is a good game to hop into. We move over to the next one. This one's very interesting when I saw the trailer, and it's Palworld, and it's basically like a Pokemon but with guns type thing. But when you saw one of the most recent trailers and you're flying on like one of the creatures that they have, this game looks like it's very innovative and very interesting. I'm very much going to be prying out this game, but like I said, it's Pokemon inspired, and I guess kind of the premise of the story is poachers are kidnapping the pals and using them for labor and experiments. So there's a little bit of some dark aspects to the story. This is going to be from a third-person shooting kind of aspect. I wonder if you're going to be able to change it to another, viewpoint if you want to, and you'll be able to capture the pals also. The only thing with this one yet is, so far it's been announced for PC and Xbox. We don't know about PlayStation yet, but we know for sure it's going to be coming to Steam, and there's no official release date for this game yet. The next one that we move over to is going to be Grand Blue Fantasy Link. This is another one that's going to be based off of, I believe actually the game came before the anime. The anime came out after. I believe this is another game. And with this anime game, it's going to be on PS5, PS4, and Steam. It's going to be an open world RPG style type game. You can play with 1 of 4 players. There's multiple different playable characters for the storyline, and they all have unique fighting styles. When I saw this one, it kind of reminded me of something like Scarlet Nexus, which was a game that came out a few years ago. This one looks pretty interesting, so if this is your style of type of games, I'd try it out, and maybe you can go try out the anime too. We move over to the next one. This one was pretty interesting. I probably won't be picking this one up, but it's a unique concept, and it's going to be Infinity Nikki. The trailer looks very nice, the world looks very beautiful, and for the most part, the main premise of this one is you're basically going to be restoring the world. One of those games where you're going around and you're restoring the nature back to what it used to be. You can ride creatures, they're shrinking, enlarging, there's mystical mages, there's some combat. It's kind of a little bit of a mix of an open world and a dress-up game, but out of all the ones that I've talked about, this one has definitely had the best scenery by far, which makes me think, I don't know how focused it's going to be on the combat, but when you look at the trailer, some of the scenery with this game looks crazy. It's honestly just nice. And honestly, this one is definitely one you should try out. We move on to the next one. It's going to be Blue Protocol. Now this one that's been highly anticipated by some people because it's going to have that open world aspect, and with Blue Protocol, it's going to be by Bandai and Amazon Games. This one is going to be free to play, which is a big plus, and it's basically an open world MMORPG, and the story basically takes place in the fantastical land of Regnas that is on the brink of destruction. The player, or your created character, goes on a journey alongside other characters to discover their origin and the process determine the fate of Regnas. So there's going to be different classes in this game. It's going to be pretty interesting. Very much seems, pretty much similar to like things like Genshin Impact and things like that. This might be one of those next big open world RPG type games like that. And when we talk about the other things, the release date it says it's going to be the second half of 2023. So we're hoping for that, and it's going to release on the PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and the PC version will be coming sooner than the console versions. We move over to the next game. These are some ones that we know about that we don't have too much information, but of course we know about Storm Connections, and they've already announced, this is basically the sequel to Storm. Some people aren't believing it's a sequel. Some people think, it's just Storm with just new characters and some new mechanics. I'll still be picking this game up just to play with some of the characters, but some of the announced characters that they said are going to be coming, we know we're getting a new Sasuke supporting Hokage version, we're getting Naruto with his Baryon mode, we're also going to be getting Jigen, and Boruto and Kawaki is going to be confirmed, and it's going to be having an original story. So you're going to be going through some of the memories from the old Storm games and the Naruto storyline, but there's also going to be an original story that's going to be there, and people are waiting to just see what other characters are going to be announced and who else is going to be coming to the game. But so far there's not an official release date. People are believing that it's supposed to be coming out in October. It's supposed to be coming out in late 2023. We're waiting to still see with that, but there's still a lot of things that got to be confirmed with this game. And the last game is one that only has a trailer so far, but people were very excited about. This one is Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 4. So people are very excited about this one. I remember playing some of the old Budokai Tenkaichi games, and I know I'm going to pick this up even though I'm not just the deepest Dragon Ball fan, but this is definitely going to be an interesting one, and they should be releasing more news on this one eventually. And the last one we have is going to be another one that's part of the Dragon Ball title, because I believe it came from the same author. It's going to be Sandland, and this one was recently announced And this one, you know, it looks pretty interesting. It looks like it's semi-open world. They're pitching it like, I guess, open world, but not fully, especially after seeing some of the gameplay from Globeku and what he was saying about the game. It looks pretty interesting. It looks like an interesting game. I definitely might be reading this manga before this game comes out, so I could be up to story with, with the story and everything like that. But the world looks pretty interesting. Some of the creatures that you saw in there look pretty nice, and I really like the way they have the vehicles and all these things that you can move around in. This game looks interesting. And it's supposed to be coming out on the PS4, PS5, Xbox, X and Series S, things like that, and I believe PC also. But this one is definitely one to keep on your radar. So no face cam for this one, but we had to make an update because recently from the Anime Expo, we found out about another game that we weren't expecting, which is going to be Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash. And this game is going to be developed by Viking, and it's going to be coming out on all consoles, and it's coming out pretty soon. And the thing is, this game looks interesting because it's going to be 2 versus 2 action, and it is confirmed when you actually go to the website. Their website is up. It's going to have a story mode, and you're also going to be able to go through the story mode on offline mode. So that's one thing I was curious about with it being 2 versus 2. Was there going to be a one-player type of game mode where you can fight by yourself? But if you look at some other things that it says that depending on what characters you're using and the combinations, you might get different results with some of the fights that you do, like some of the actions. And also the characters seem like they're going to get stronger throughout the fight. I wonder if this is going to go off if you're taking damage, if you're going to get more damage, like be able to deal out more, or if if you're winning the battle, your characters get stronger, like with different awakenings and things like that. But this game definitely looks like it's going to be more interesting than what I thought it was going to be from the initial trailer. I thought it was just going to seem like an arena fighter, but this looks like this is going to be interesting. So let me know what y'all think about this one. And like I said, this one says it's supposed to be coming soon, so maybe they're trying to push for 2023, but maybe I would probably shoot for 2024. But yeah, that's gonna be all the games that we're talking about so far. But as you can see, there's so many different anime games that are coming out, and some of these are innovative, some of them follow the same formula that we've seen before, but it's good that we got anime games, period. And hey, I'm excited to try some of these out. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about some of these games and which ones will you be trying out. And let me know how y'all like the format of this video. I know this was different for us on this channel here, and if y'all like this, we will continue to do these as we we see the content and see information out there. I'll give it to y'all. But hey, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications, share, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. We up.